Most hobbies are just a way to kill time. But a few rare ones quietly rewire the way your brain works. They don't just entertain you. They make you think faster, stay disciplined when motivation disappears, become more creative, and solve problems better than almost everyone around you. Here's the strange part. Almost nobody sticks with them. Not because they're too difficult, but because they don't give you instant dopamine like scrolling TikTok, binge-watching Netflix, or endlessly refreshing your feed. They're slow, sometimes frustrating, sometimes even boring. But that's exactly what makes them so powerful. While everyone else is chasing quick entertainment, you're quietly building skills that compound every single day. And if you commit to just one of these hobbies for the next year, you won't just learn something new. You'll build an unfair advantage. Let's get into it. The first hobby is storytelling. Most people think storytelling is only for authors, filmmakers, or YouTubers. But that's one of the biggest misconceptions. The truth is, storytelling is everywhere. Every job interview is a story. Every presentation is a story. Every first impression is a story. Even when you're convincing your friends to watch your favorite movie, you're telling a story. Learning this skill changes the way you communicate. Instead of throwing facts at people, you learn how to make them feel something. Your ideas become memorable, your conversations become more engaging, and people naturally start paying attention when you speak. Look at the people you admire the most. They're not always the smartest person in the room. They're usually the ones who know how to communicate their ideas. Because people rarely remember information. They remember how you made them feel. That's the real power of storytelling. Now, if storytelling teaches you how to influence people, the next hobby teaches you how to outthink them. Chess. At first, chess looks incredibly slow. Two people sitting quietly, moving pieces across a board. It doesn't exactly scream excitement, but beneath every move is a lesson in patience, strategy, and self-control. Every decision has consequences. Rush into an attack, and you might lose your strongest piece. Ignore your opponent's plan, and you'll walk straight into a trap. Life works the same way. Whether you're choosing a career, starting a business, or simply deciding how to spend your time, the people who think 2 or 3 steps ahead almost always make better decisions than those who react in the moment. Chess trains you to pause, think, predict, then act, and that's a habit that pays off far beyond the chessboard. Speaking of thinking differently, the third hobby is one most people never expect. Magic. Not because you'll fool people with card tricks, but because magic teaches something far more valuable. Confidence. The first time you perform a trick, your hands shake. You worry people will catch your mistake. You overthink every movement. But after performing it again and again, something changes. You become comfortable being watched. You learn to control your body language. You learn how to keep people's attention. You learn that confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you practice. Many of the world's best speakers, entertainers, and even business leaders started by learning how to perform. Because when you can confidently stand in front of strangers and keep them engaged, almost every other social situation becomes easier. The next hobby doesn't teach you how to impress other people. It teaches you how to control yourself. Meditation. Most people think meditation is about clearing your mind. That's almost impossible. Your brain is designed to think. Meditation isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about noticing them without letting them control you. Imagine you're trying to study. 5 minutes later, you're checking your phone. Then you're watching one video. Then another. Then another. Before you know it, an hour is gone. Meditation trains the exact skill that's disappearing in today's world. Attention. Just 10 minutes of sitting quietly and bringing your focus back to your breath every time your mind wanders is like lifting weights for your concentration. Over time, you become less reactive, less stressed, more present. And in a world full of distractions, the ability to focus is becoming a superpower. Now let's talk about a hobby that literally changes the way you think. Learning a new language. Most people start learning a language because they want to travel. That's only a small part of the story. Every language has unique expressions, ideas, and ways of seeing the world. As you learn them, your brain becomes more flexible. The best part? You don't need hours every day. 15 minutes of practice while everyone else scrolls social media is enough to make real progress over time. Now here's a hobby that's becoming increasingly rare. Hiking. We spend most of our lives indoors, staring at screens, jumping from one notification to the next. Hiking is the complete opposite. No endless scrolling. No constant noise. Just you, nature, and your thoughts. At first, it feels strange. You reach for your phone every few minutes. But eventually, your mind starts to slow down. You notice things you normally ignore. You solve problems you've been stuck on for weeks. Some of the best ideas in history didn't happen inside an office. They happened while people were walking. Hiking teaches patience, resilience, and the ability to enjoy the journey instead of rushing toward the destination. Finally, the seventh hobby, content creation. This might be the most valuable hobby you can start today. Not because everyone should become an influencer, but because creating teaches skills that almost every career rewards. Writing, speaking, editing, marketing, design, problem solving, consistency. Think about it. Every video you make, every blog you write, every podcast you record is feedback. You learn what works. You improve. You try again. Most people spend years consuming content. Very few spend that same time creating it. And that's why creators develop valuable skills so quickly. They aren't just learning. They're applying. Whether your videos get 10 views or 10 million doesn't really matter in the beginning. The real reward isn't the audience. It's the person you become through the process. Here's the truth. None of these hobbies are exciting on day one. They're slow, sometimes frustrating, sometimes even boring. That's exactly why they're so rare. Most people quit before the real benefits begin. But if you commit to just one of these hobbies, 6 months from now, you'll notice yourself thinking differently. 1 year from now, you'll notice yourself acting differently. And a few years from now, people will call you talented, without ever realizing that your biggest advantage wasn't talent at all. It was the hobbies you chose when no one else was paying attention. So here's my challenge for you. Don't try all 7. Pick the one that genuinely excites you. Commit to it for the next 30 days. Just a few minutes every day. Because your future isn't built by one big decision. It's built by the small habits you repeat when no one is watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment telling me which hobby you're going to start first. And if you're serious about becoming just 1% better every day, hit subscribe. Let's level up together.